Hi, I'm Firefighter Jones. Welcome to Holland Fire Department Station 2. Come on inside. As you walk through the doors into our station, you first enter into our command and administrative staff area. You will immediately be greeted by our friendly executive assistant, Karen. Right behind her is the office of our Captain of Fire Operations, Captain Tinney. Follow me into the training room. This is our training room where we conduct EMS and fire training. Our full-time staff conducts training 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and our part-paid staff meets the first, second, and last Wednesdays of the month for their training as well. Over here are the offices of our training officer and our fire marshal, training officer Wolfus, and fire marshal Groendijk. This is where all the planning goes into place for our trainings for the department, as well as inspections and community involvement events. Behind them is where our staff can get a workout in after their long days. Firefighting is a physical requirement, so it's important to stay in good physical condition. That's it for the command and administrative area. Follow me into the apparatus bay. Welcome to the apparatus bay. In this large portion of our building, we keep all of our apparatus. We have 1123, 1124, 22. Behind us is our brush truck, and then we have a rescue on the far side. The staff that we have on hand, we operate 1122 and 1124 as our main engines. Our departments, and most fire departments nowadays, are what's considered all hazards. So we handle everything from fires, which is what fire departments are known for, to medicals, car accidents, ice rescue, elevator rescues, and yes, we even rescue cats from trees. As you can see, we have equipment laid out all over right now. It's Thursday, so it's our Thursday truck checks. We have to go into all of our power equipment and do in-depth maintenance to make sure that they're full of fuel, oil, make sure they operate appropriately, and then also additional checks on the truck. Our shifts start out every morning with a truck check by the operator of the piece of equipment. After the truck checks, they move into minor maintenance if they find issues with lights or other issues on the truck that we can fix here in station. We have a maintenance room in the back and a hose tower where we keep additional hose in case we find lengths that might be out of service. As you look around the station, you'll notice grates in the floor and then hoses attached to our trucks. Those are all to help keep the environment clean for the firefighters. In working within the apparatus bay, the hoses suck the exhaust out of the building, and the grates catch any water or fluids that leak out of the trucks and go into a cleaner. This engine here is 1122. It is staffed with 2 firefighters, and that is the first engine out on all calls for Station 2. And that's our apparatus bay. Come on into our living quarters. Welcome to our living quarters. Follow me into the kitchen. Here at Station 2, we have 3 full-time firefighters that are on shift 24 hours a day. Each shift works a 48-hour period, which means we live here for 2 straight days. This is our kitchen. One of the 3 firefighters on shift is designated as the cook for those 2 days. They come in at the first day of their shift, they plan their meals, and then they go to the store, go shopping, and come back to prepare their meals for the shift. Here is our dinner table. We sit, we attempt to eat meals uninterrupted, but given our call volume, we typically have to leave our meals on the table as we run out the door to answer calls for help. Over here is our work area where we write reports after fire and medical calls. We also handle our emails and any other administrative tasks we need to take care of. And then after our long day of truck maintenance, calls, and cooking, this is where we relax at the end of our duty day, is in our day room. All right, follow me down to our living quarters. As we head down to the bay, we'll pass many doors on the way. Our food pantry, our clothing, where we store additional clothing, restrooms. Here we charge our radio batteries and our tablets for our truck checks. We've moved electronic, so every day when we check our trucks over, we have to mark them off on our system. Our officers' quarters, where they live. And then lastly, the firefighter quarters coming in. This is where we sleep. Have enough beds for every full-time firefighter assigned to the station, plus 2 extra beds for overtime shifts or for anyone coming from Station 1 to work down here. And speaking of firefighters, now I'm going to show you some of the protective equipment that we wear. Follow me back to the bay. So before we talk about our protective equipment, I want to talk about a new piece of equipment that we just received in the last couple weeks. This is our gear dryer. We have a washer so we can clean our own structural firefighting gear, and then we hang them on this piece of equipment to help dry them out sooner. We do have a backup set of gear so that we can be ready for the next fire while our gear is drying, but it also helps us in preventing cancer within firefighters by allowing us the opportunity to wash our gear. And hanging here, you'll see this big yellow suit. That's our ice rescue suit. As I said earlier, one of our many tasks that we do with the fire department is ice rescue. This suit keeps us warm and is buoyant, so it helps us floating in the water when we're attempting to rescue somebody who may be trapped out on the ice. Over here, I've laid out my structural gear. Starting with my helmet. Our helmets protect us from falling debris. They also have a hood to protect us from the heat from within a structure fire. On the front is called our shield, and that helps mark what station we're from. And it changes from department to department. At the back, you'll see what's called our SCBA, or self-contained breathing apparatus. This is what we put on just before entering a building or any kind of environment that would be hazardous to our health. And we put our mask on and we breathe that compressed air as we enter the structure. And that box on the tubing there for the SCBA is called a pass device. That will go off in the event that we become injured and fall and are motionless, and that helps our fellow firefighters find us in a building. Below that is my jacket. Hanging on the jacket is our hood that protects us not only from heat, but also the carcinogens that are in our fires today. Then I have 2 sets of gloves. One is for structural firefighting, and the other one is for car accidents, for helping us protect our hands during vehicle extrication. After that is our bunker boots. This is how we store them when we're not wearing them. That allows us to quickly get in our boots, pull our pants up, and get ready for our call. These set of pants have a harness in them so that if we ever have to escape a structure fire in an emergency, we can hook up our self-rescue system and bail out of a window. And lastly, here is an axe and a Halligan. Not the only tools we bring into a building, but just to represent that anytime we go into a fire, we're taking some kind of a tool with us, whether it's an axe, Halligan, thermal imaging camera, hose line. There's many tools of the trade that we use. And that is the protective equipment that we wear when we go into a structural fire. Thank you for joining us here today at station number 2. I hope you have a wonderful and a safe day.